Have you ever wondered what it takes to build a legend? What kind of person creates something so perfect, so timeless, that it becomes the global standard for luxury? Today, we're retelling the story of a man who started with absolutely nothing and ended up creating the most prestigious car brand in the world. This is the incredible story of Henry Royce. Our story begins in 1863 in a small English village. Henry Royce was born into poverty, the youngest of 5 children. His father ran a flour mill, but business was failing. The family's financial struggles meant that by the time Henry was just 9 years old, his father had passed away and he had to leave school after only 1 year of formal education. His childhood wasn't filled with toys and games. It was about survival. He started working as a newspaper boy and a telegraph messenger in London. Imagine a young boy barely tall enough to see over the counter, delivering news and messages, with every penny he earned going to help his family stay afloat. But even in those tough early years, something special was stirring within Henry. He had an insatiable curiosity, a deep fascination with how things worked. He wasn't just delivering papers. He was observing the world, absorbing every detail. This hunger for knowledge led him to take an apprenticeship at the Great Northern Railway Works. It was a golden opportunity. Finally, he could get his hands on real machinery. He worked tirelessly during the day and spent his nights studying everything he could find about engineering and electricity. He was completely self-taught, driven by a relentless passion to understand and to create. This wasn't just a job for him. It was his real education. After his apprenticeship, he moved from job to job, soaking up experience. He worked for an electric light and power company, where he honed his skills in the rapidly emerging field of electricity. By the age of 21, with just 20 pounds saved up, a tiny sum even back then, he took a massive leap of faith. Along with his friend Ernest Claremont, he started his own business in Manchester, F.H. Royce and Company. What did they make? Simple things at first, like electric doorbells and dynamos. But here's where we see the first glimpse of the Royce philosophy. He wasn't content with just making things that worked. They had to be the best. His personal motto was, "Whatever is rightly done, however humble, is noble." He applied this to everything. If a screw wasn't perfect, he'd redesign it. If a wire wasn't wound just right, he'd do it himself. This obsession with quality and perfection became his trademark. His company quickly gained a reputation for producing some of the most reliable electrical components on the market. From doorbells, he moved on to making electric cranes, and his designs were so superior that they soon became industry leaders. Henry Royce, the boy who started with nothing, was now a successful and respected engineer. But his greatest chapter was yet to begin. By the turn of the 20th century, a new invention was capturing the world's imagination: the automobile. Cars in those early days were noisy, unreliable, and prone to breaking down. For an engineer like Henry Royce, who worshipped at the altar of perfection, these early cars were an insult to mechanics. He bought a small French car, a Decauville, and was utterly appalled by its shoddy construction and constant problems. It was loud, it vibrated violently, and it was always failing him. Most people would have just complained or bought a different car. But Henry Royce wasn't most people. He looked at this flawed machine and thought, "I can do better." And so, in a corner of his factory in 1903, he began his new obsession: building his own car from scratch. He wasn't just trying to improve the Decauville, he was aiming to reinvent it. He took it apart, piece by piece, examining every single component. He identified every weakness, every flaw, and meticulously redesigned it. He improved the crankshaft for a smoother engine, engineered a better ignition system for reliability, and refined the chassis to reduce vibration. He wasn't just an engineer. He was an artist, and metal was his medium. After months of relentless work, in 1904, his first car was ready. The Royce 10 horsepower was a masterpiece. When he turned the key, the engine didn't roar to life with a clatter and a shake like other cars. It started with a quiet, confident hum. It was so smooth you could balance a coin on the engine while it was running. It was a revelation. He had built not just a car, but a statement. It was a testament to his belief that with enough care, enough skill, and an unwillingness to compromise, perfection was achievable. He built 2 more cars, each one a perfect copy of the first. He had proven his point. He had built the best car in England. Now our story introduces another key character, Charles Rolls. In many ways, he was the complete opposite of Henry Royce. Born into aristocracy, Charles Rolls was a wealthy, charismatic showman. He was an avid balloonist, a pioneering aviator, and one of Britain's first and most enthusiastic motorists. He loved speed, adventure, and the thrill of the new. He had opened one of London's first car dealerships, selling imported French and Belgian cars. But Rolls was a patriot and was frustrated that Britain wasn't producing cars that could compete with the best from continental Europe. He was desperately searching for a high-quality, reliable British-made car to sell. A friend of Rolls, named Henry Edmonds, happened to be a director on the board of Royce's company. Edmonds had seen the incredible 10-horsepower car and knew it was exactly what Rolls was looking for. He arranged a meeting. And so, on May 4, 1904, at the Midland Hotel in Manchester, history was made. The gritty, working-class engineer from the north met the flamboyant, aristocratic showman from London. It was a meeting of 2 different worlds, 2 different personalities, but they shared one powerful, unifying passion, the pursuit of automotive excellence. Royce, ever the humble engineer, demonstrated his car. Rolls, the experienced motorist, was skeptical at first, but his skepticism quickly melted away. He was astounded by the car's silence, its smoothness, its sheer quality. Everything about it screamed precision and craftsmanship. According to legend, after driving the car, Rolls turned to Royce and declared, "I have found the greatest engineer in the world." In that moment, a partnership was forged. Rolls made a simple, brilliant proposal. He would sell every single car that Royce could make. The cars would be branded not as Royce or as Rolls, but as Rolls Royce. The name itself suggested a perfect balance. The engineering genius of Royce combined with the style and commercial savvy of Rolls. The deal was done. Rolls-Royce was born. Their first car, the Rolls-Royce 10 horsepower, was unveiled at the Paris Salon later that year, and it was an immediate sensation. They quickly followed up with a range of other models, but it was the 1907 40/50ths of a horsepower model that would cement their legendary status. To promote this car, they entered it into a series of grueling reliability trials. One specific car, painted in silver, was christened the Silver Ghost. It completed a staggering 15,000-mile endurance run with almost no mechanical issues, an unheard-of feat at the time. The press dubbed it the best car in the world, and the name stuck. The Silver Ghost proved that a car could be both a luxury item and a paragon of reliability. Henry Royce's relentless perfectionism defined the company. He would famously roam the factory floor, inspecting every part. If he found a component that wasn't up to his standards, he would smash it with a hammer to ensure it could never be used. His obsession drove his employees to achieve levels of quality they never thought possible. The spirit of perfection wasn't just a marketing slogan. It was the very soul of the company. It started with a boy selling newspapers on a street corner, a boy with an unquenchable fire to make things better. His legacy isn't just in the cars that bear his name, but in the idea that with passion and an uncompromising commitment to quality, you can turn humble beginnings into a symbol of ultimate achievement. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story of innovation and perseverance, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about the people who shaped our world. Let us know in the comments which inventor or entrepreneur you'd like to hear about next. We'll see you in the next video.